I hope you enjoyed these recommendations. I'm flying to Paris today because I got married yesterday and I'm going on my honeymoon. Oh my goodness. This one, again, was very cheap and cheerfully. I think might be my absolute favorite. I couldn't wait any longer to put this back on. Okay, let's go shopping. That pearls are definitely in, and especially this chunky one. I can absolutely guarantee that this isn't going to be everybody's style. I've loved being able to get to know some of you. I feel like we're sort of forming cute little friendships. Can't wait to see where I'm going to be at in 5 years. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In today's video, not only are we in a very different spot than I normally film, but we're talking about something very different. I've never actually talked about like my YouTube experience, but today actually marks my 1 year anniversary here on YouTube, which is exciting because I feel like 1 year ago, I remember 1 year ago like it was yesterday, and just everything that I felt and like all the different emotions from starting a YouTube channel, I didn't really expect, but it has been so fun. So I just wanted to like give you a little bit of a recap, but also give you some suggestions and like tell you what I've learned so far, because YouTube is like a whole different ball game than what you see watching. Like being on the other side, you don't realize really what goes into it, or like you have this sort of one idea of things and then actually getting into it and doing it and trying to be consistent. Mamma mia. That's a big one, and it's very different than how it looks on the outside. So if you are interested in starting a YouTube channel, like I would love if I could help just one person with some of the things that I've learned, and especially if it's more geared towards fashion. I feel like I can talk a little bit more towards that because that's what my channel is. It's more like luxury, fashion, unboxings, like handbags, even thrifting ideas, that sort of thing, and I have a good list of things that I would love to be able to talk to you about. So let's waste no time and get right into it. So starting off with tip number 1 is start before you're ready. That is absolutely 100% tip number 1, because you will never be ready. Ready is a lie. And I have to start off by saying, before I really get into things, like there have been a lot of podcasts and a lot of different YouTubers and people that I've looked up to in like tips on how to do YouTube, but there are 2 main ones, and my first one is Catherine Manning. And if she were to ever see this, like that would just be so cool to me. I would be like fangirling over that big time. But Catherine Manning is awesome. Her channel is called Catherine Manning. She also has a vlog channel. It's amazing. I've literally watched every single one start to finish, and then I like rewatched her channel again. Big fan over here. And then Think Media, they've also like given really great tips that have been so useful. They also have a podcast. There's a book that Sean Cannell, the co-founder of Think Media, came out with, and their channels are both great. But go watch Catherine because she's like, love me some Catherine. So basically both of them had said start before you're ready and learn as you go. There's absolutely no way to start this off being perfect. And if I go back to my very first video, which like I still think was pretty good, I was still myself, but I can see how nervous and uncomfortable on camera I was. And I just think it's really cool to be able to see how I've grown and like the transition and showing more of my personality on camera, and how it's just been so much fun. But going back and reminiscing and looking at where you started is part of the journey. It's part of it, and it's a big part of it, and you shouldn't be scared of starting out a little bit more messy than you want to, but get started before you feel ready, because there will always be an excuse if you don't just press record and start on YouTube. Number 2, a little bit more fashion related, is go all out. Like today might not be my best example. I'm literally wearing like white sweats and this like cable knit sweater that I'm actually dying of heat in, but it kind of works with the whole aesthetic around me. But go all out when it comes to your fashion, and that's something that I can see I think I did a pretty good job of from the start. So like showing things that I really loved in my closet that maybe I was a little bit scared to wear outside because I didn't want to have people's judgment, but just doing it in front of the camera is great because you can look however you want, because at the end of the day when you're filming, it's you and your camera. So putting on an outfit that you feel like a million in, that you might think that other people would judge, not only gets you the wear out of your clothes that they deserve, because we're spending money on these things, they should be worn, they shouldn't be precious and kept in a closet, and it also gets you more comfortable, because when you have them on and you realize how good they make you feel, it makes you want to wear them out more. And I've found actually that through this past year, of course, like it's been a lot of sweats and sweaters and t-shirts and not really like stylish outfits and a lot of effort going into that. But even if it's just you wearing your clothing around the house, that's important. But getting your style more honed in and going all out on YouTube, like do your makeup, do your hair, put together a really nice outfit and wear what you wouldn't otherwise, like that's a really big tip and something that I don't want to lose moving forward. I mean, I don't want to do every video in sweatpants, but just for today, I guess I'm making an exception. Tip number 3. This one is sort of the reality check, and it's basically realizing you will overestimate what you can do in a year and you will underestimate what you can do in 5. So if your plan, my plan was, okay, I'm gonna start, it was January 11th, 2021, and I wanted to be monetized within a year. And I was really going, and then I like hit a little bit of a break. And then there are spots, if you go back and look at my videos and when I uploaded, you can see that there were either a few weeks or a month in between one video and another. There was never actually a month that I didn't upload something, but still like consistency wasn't necessarily there. And for that reason, you might not hit the goal that you started with at the beginning of posting on YouTube, but if you can keep going, that first year you might not get to whatever target or whatever goal you set for yourself, but if you keep going, you will be able to get to more or beyond what you expected in 5 years. So go into YouTube thinking of it more as a long haul and more of it as a marathon and less of it as a sprint, because if you think of it as a sprint and you think you're gonna go viral, you're gonna be exhausted when you're pushing out content like 5 videos a week and you're thinking one of them's gonna go viral, and then if it doesn't, you don't wanna be disappointed, because you have to go into it thinking if this is something you truly wanna do and it's something that you wanna maybe do as a career down the road, you've gotta be okay to wait until it is down the road, and you've gotta be okay to put in the baby steps to see fewer results than you want or to see no results at all, and just keep going, because you will overestimate what you can do in a year and you will underestimate what you can do in 5. And for that reason, I cannot wait to see where I'm gonna be at in another 4 years, which would be like the 5-year mark. Who knows? Tip number 4, we're going back to more fashion related, and that is don't go into debt for YouTube. There, I said it. Like, don't go and buy a Chanel classic flap or buy whatever you're seeing other people gaining a lot of momentum off of. Like, that's great, and maybe that's something that you can do in the future, but there's a reason why I bought a Fendi Micro Peekaboo and the Fendi Quadro watch and the Prada bag, and what else did I buy? Well, I bought a lot. Like, I bought Balmain blazers and I bought Prada boots and Saint Laurent blazers, which I haven't actually shown you yet. Actually, it's only one blazer, but you're gonna love it. I love it so much. There's a reason why I bought those things and not a Chanel classic flap, and it's not because I'm trying to like hold myself back. It's because I don't have $10,000 to put towards a Chanel classic flap for the sake of a video. And that's something you've got to realize, and I realized very quickly, is that you will want to be like whoever it is that you watch all the time. For me, whenever I'm thinking about luxury content that I'm consuming, it's Tamara is a big one. She's influenced me big time. It's Just Lou with her handbag collection. Her collection is insane. It's Alyssa Lenore with her Birkins and her vintage Kelly. And do I want those things? Yes. Is it time for it? No. And you've got to be okay with realizing that you're not gonna have everything that everyone else has when you're starting off. And you can't actually go and buy a Birkin, just walk into the store and get one anyway, but that can't be your main goal, is to unbox a Birkin for the sake of views and for the sake of subscribers, because that's not where you're gonna get your fulfillment from. If you get those things, like I would like to have a Birkin 30 by the time I'm 30. That's sort of a goal that I have in my head. And will I get there? Absolutely. But I'm 25. I still have 5 years to attain that goal. So don't put so much pressure on yourself to have what other people have after success when you're just starting in the beginning.
Makeup today? It's pretty good.
My fifth tip is one that I think that if you've watched any YouTube tips for YouTubers, they've probably said this before, and it's consistency. Consistency is number one. Consistency is king. And if you commit to doing 2 videos a week, which is what I started with, like I've had some pretty good runs of doing 2 videos per week, but sometimes it can get a little bit difficult, and it's all about doing what you should be doing when you don't want to do it, and sometimes you don't feel like editing a video or shooting a video, and it's about doing those things when you really don't feel like it. That's what's going to set you apart, and that's what's going to lead to success. So there's consistency in timing. For me, I try 2 videos a week. It doesn't always work out like that, but that's always the goal. And writing it down in a calendar or an agenda or even just on a piece of paper will help you to achieve whatever goal it is. And especially if it's consistency, having a journal dedicated to YouTube and writing down exactly when it is that you're supposed to be uploading will keep you accountable, just mentally, if nothing else, because nobody's forcing you physically to sit down and shoot videos. It's all up to you. But not only do I think consistency in terms of time is really important, like the number of times that you upload and even when you post. Don't post at 2 a.m., post at 12 p.m. Like try to just throw yourself a bone and basically put those videos live when you know that your audience is gonna be awake and there to receive them and watch them. But also be really consistent in terms of your content. And that's something that I think is maybe not talked about as much as consistency in time, but if you want to start a fashion YouTube channel or a beauty YouTube channel, make sure that the videos that you're uploading are relating to either fashion or beauty. And that might seem really obvious, but it's so easy to get distracted from your main goal. And just knowing that, okay, today I'm making a video about YouTube tips for starting a fashion YouTube channel, that fits the mold of the rest of my channel with handbag unboxings and with showing you different clothing pieces that I picked up and designer consignment. And I've got a shoebox sitting here that I'm dying to unbox for you, but all of those things relate to fashion. But if I upload a morning routine and then quick dinner recipes and then how to play tennis, and then I also throw in a video of me showing you a new Balmain blazer that I just bought, YouTube and the algorithm isn't gonna know which niche you fit into, and therefore won't know who your target audience is and who they should be pushing your videos towards, because it's all about those views and subscribers, baby. Like you wanna get that up as quickly as possible. And it's also about average view duration, and it's about click-through rate. You wanna have videos that capture people's attention, but also keep their attention, because the more time that you're having people watch your channel and your videos, the more time they're spending on the platform, and YouTube will reward you for that by pushing your content to more people, and that's the name of the game. That's basically what you want here with YouTube. But those were my 5 tips for starting a fashion YouTube channel. And if you haven't done it yet, I just really encourage you to start, because it is so much fun when you're in it. Does it come with stress and like pressure on yourself, and it's basically like a game between you and you? Yeah, it is a lot like that, but at the end of the day, like this has been such a passion project of mine, and especially to be at the point of now like 308 subscribers away from being monetized, it's another goal that I know that I definitely will reach this year in 2022. So if you haven't started now, 2022 is going to be your year. I know it. So let me know in the comments down below if you do have plans to start a YouTube channel, or if you have already. I would love to go and watch some of your videos. And if you would like some fashion related content, I'll have a few more videos linked after this one that will just be a click away, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!